Now, the argument I'm going to present here, I'm sure, is nothing new to Calvinists, and it's probably not even new to the Arminians if they spend much time dealing with Calvinists on this subject. And this is not an attempt to do any kind of exhaustive exegesis of the text, but I'm bringing up this video to tell you about a conversation I had last night with an Arminian on Pal Talk. And of course, the text in question was 1 Timothy 2:4. And of course, I was discussing predestination and election. And he says, well, 1 Timothy 2:4 says that God desires all men to be saved, and all means all. So I said, okay, let's go back to verse 1 where all men is used. First, in verse 1, chapter 2. Was Paul, this is what I was asking him, was Paul exhorting Timothy to pray for dead people? Now, we kind of went round and round for a few minutes on this issue, and he finally, after being backed into a corner from which he could not escape, had to admit, and he did admit, that, well, clearly Paul was not telling Timothy to pray for dead people. He says, come on, 5 Point Baptist. I mean, clearly that's not what I was suggesting. I mean, clearly Paul was only telling Timothy to pray for at least those who could receive and hear the gospel. Okay, so that means it's limited. So all doesn't mean all as you define it, does it? And he didn't have much of a response other than some attempts to obfuscate the point and everything. And of course, I just simply illustrated to him, if you admit that the word or phrase all men is limited in verse 1, which it doesn't include dead people, then what does that say about the all men in verse 4? He didn't have much of a response after a while. He knew he got handled on that. So my question to the Arminians out there is, if all means all, and that all is defined as every single person to ever live, then you must concede that Paul was telling Timothy to pray for dead people, like Socrates, or Moses, or Adam, or Nebuchadnezzar. So, do you believe Timothy, or Paul was exhorting Timothy to pray for dead people? If you believe that, if you believe they're included in the all men, then I'll have to make a video dealing with that heresy. And if you don't believe he was telling Timothy to pray for dead people, then you just limited all men. And of course, after that, I brought him over to 1 Timothy 4, where it says, the love of money is the root of all evil. And I said, was Eve motivated by money when she sinned? Was Adam motivated by money when he sinned? He didn't have an answer for that one, needless to say. Anyways, thanks for watching.